Today's episode is brought to you by Raycon. Raycon has got them good beats plugged directly into your ears. Also, today we're brought to you by HelloFresh. HelloFresh has got them good meals delivered directly to your home. Now let's jump into this podcast.
Hello, everybody, it's time for Ghost and Crendor.
Ghost and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. In 4-hour recording studio audience. Recording. Wake your ass up, it's the Crendor in the morning.
Hello, everybody. We're sending episode of Ghost and Crendor in the morning.
Hey, what's up?
Stocks? Not stocks. That's not true.
I don't think so. But no, I'm getting over a cold.
You getting over the cold is up?
I don't know. I was just saying.
I mean, I guess that's like in a word up situation. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Getting a cold's like word up. I've said that for a while.
You've always said that. Yeah, you have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just like your standard cold, but it's annoying. I already know people I posted on the Cox and Crendor thing. I'm like, hey, everybody, no podcast this week. I got a cold. Jesse's busy. And they were just like, here comes the immunity responses to Crendor. Like, where is the immunity? Funnily enough,
where is the immunity? Yeah, where's the immunity, man?
You know what? I think it left. Maybe you're right. I'll just be sick, Thor.
Well, what happened? Do you think the COVID times killed it? You know what I mean?
Here's the thing.
You were indoors and you were by yourself, and then suddenly your immunity dropped.
Here's the thing. I know I either got it from the grocery store or the gym because I was doing fine. All right, cruising along, and then all the people working at the grocery store were just coughing, and I would hear some guy yakking hard, like. Bleh. I was like, okay, so I do the thing where if I have to walk past somebody that coughed, I'll hold my breath and just try to go past quick. I don't know if that does anything, but I do it.
It feels good to do. I get you. I understand.
Yeah, and then at the gym, everybody was wearing a mask. People that I know frequent the gym that normally don't, they were wearing masks. And then I heard just numerous people just coughing while working out. And I'm like, why are you here? You know, why are you working out if you're at the gym coughing? Just rest or whatever. And so I guarantee it's from one of those people.
I mean, a lot of people, isn't there I don't know the truthiness of it, but a lot of people believe that if you work out while you're sick, it'll speed the cold along because your body's pumping and your blood's going and you're sweating it out and stuff.
Yeah, but it's probably good to walk around and move to get your blood pumping, but I don't think you should be doing a full-blown workout and stressing your body.
I'm sure a doctor would say, don't do that. Yes. Oh, no, I'm with you. But I think a lot of people just believe that.
That's true, yeah.
And there's also selfish people who would just be like, well, I'm going anyway. I don't care if anyone else gets sick. I got to take care of me.
Yeah. No, 100%. There's also those people. So it is what dude, I remember before COVID, I was at the gym, and I would go in the sauna and the steam room all the time. I swear, I got back-to-back colds from being in that sauna steam room.
You got that old man cold.
Yeah, it really was. And so that's when I stopped going in the sauna and the steam room. Because I was like, you know what happens? People get sick, and they'll go, I'm going to go in the sauna and the steam room. That feels good. And then it's fucking Germtown, USA. So
that's absolutely the same thing with what I was saying. Is I think people are just a good sweat will cure me.
Yeah. So it's just been a cold. I tested for the COVID-19 again. I didn't have it. I was I just had it 5 months ago. Now I'm going to get it again.
Yeah, even if you did, you'd probably blow through it really quick because you've got all sorts of built-in immunities now.
Yeah, and then I got my flu shot last month, so I was like, well, that's good. Thank God I got that.
That is good.
And so, yeah, it's been a cold. Yeah, I had the sore throat, then I had the congestion, now I got the cough. So now it's mainly just the cough. I'm a phlegm factory.
I mean, that's pretty much the way I was a few weeks ago. It sucks because my cold itself, usually in my mind, I think, okay, if I have a runny nose, I need to blow it all out. I'm not going to sniffle. I'm not going to do a damn thing. I'm just going to make sure all of it gets out. I'm going to keep blowing until I can't blow no more. My nose is red. The edges of my nose are rough and nasty. Screw it. I'm just going to keep blowing. And then the day after my nose started to not be stuffy anymore, I felt fine. I was like, oh, thank God. My nose is good. I don't have that lingering cough, that like terrible,
Yep.
I did have a cold, but I still thought it was great. But that day and the next day and the next day, even though my nose wasn't stuffed up, I kept like getting that like nasal drip situation.
Oh, yeah.
And I would be like trying to blow it out, but nothing was coming. But I still was like, something's wrong. My nose still feels funky. So I guess I was still recovering. Either way, tried my hardest, and no matter what, still had 3 days of a cough where I was just like, I tried. I really worked at this. And it was like, nah, dude, you get that extra 3 cough days. Enjoy.
Yeah, it gets annoying at that point because you're just like, you're starting to feel better and you're like, all right, I could do whatever, but you're just coughing. Or the worst part too is if you try to sleep and you still get that post nasal. So you're like laying there and it starts dripping and then it kind of gets caught and then you start coughing and you're just like,
yes. Yes.
So bad.
And it's not a cute cough or like it's like I'm almost choking kind of cough.
Yeah. Oh, it's the worst.
I hate it. Yeah, not a fan.
So that's fun. Then
I'm glad you're getting over it though. That's good.
Yeah. So it started literally last week, Saturday night, because I did Pointless Top 10 and I filmed a Warhammer video and I was like, all right. And then I was like, man, my throat's kind of irritated and it's not going away. And then the next day,
so when I messaged you like, yo, you want to record? You're like, I'm sick, dude. It's like,
that was on Monday. So by Monday,
Monday.
It was really kicking in, the fatigue, the aches, and everything. So yeah, it was a cold. I saw the doctor humor online where they're like, I'm a doctor and people get colds, and they're like, I tell people that colds usually last a week, but with modern medicine we can get it down to 7 days.
Ha-ha!
So there's your doctor humor.
What sucks about a cold is that's pretty much like, it really is just, it takes you out of doing stuff for a while.
Yeah.
And there was a time where that was great. But now I just feel like I'm constantly behind. Whenever I get sick, I'm like, I got so much to do, and I'm just behind now. And I wish this was 7th grade again, where I could just be like, I'm sick. Oh no, hee hee. Right?
Yeah.
Which, admittedly, when you think about it, if you missed school when you were a kid, you were falling behind. But as a kid, you didn't think that way. Now as an adult, I'm like, oh God, every day I gotta keep up with all this other BS. I need that kid mentality of like, it'll be fine.
That was the worst part when I got sick months ago with the COVID. Like, the COVID symptoms weren't bad, but then I overdid the recovery part, and I did like an entire Pointless Top 10. And my throat was just like I was like, I don't have it anymore, but like I had that post laryngitis or whatever, and that just like powered through, and that like messed me up. So this time I'm like, you know what? Not doing that. I'm just chilling.
Not doing that.
So that was the worst part. It's like I wasn't sick anymore, but my muscles and like the laryngitis and everything just made it so whenever I had to talk a lot, it was just bad. Like my throat couldn't handle it. So it was like I practically was sick without being sick. So it was just the inflammation.
Yeah.
So
well, you sound better. You don't sound as sick as I did when I was like, hello everyone. Well, there's a Scary Game Squad we filmed. I think it's maybe the last one we did that's up. Dude, that one literally the entire time while we're playing, my nose was stuffed up, and I from start to finish I'm like, hey everyone, I'm so excited. Welcome to Scary Game Squad. Just editing that was the worst. Like, if you think you hate how you sound normally, oh my God, listen to yourself sick. You'll be like, oh, should I just scrap this entire episode? Oh, I'm so stupid sounding. Yeah, oh, it's bad. It sucked.
My thing, I already sound nasally, so I get like double up. It's like juicy fruit or whatever, right? Or double mint gum. I don't know, one of those.
It's like juicy fruit or double mint gum is the best way to describe a cold and being stuffed up. I don't even know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think of the double. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
So yeah, the worst was like day 3 or whatever. Day 3, I was like fatigued. I was like, ugh. But then, oh my God, I got Korean soup. That was like,
what do you mean Korean soup?
It's so I went to a Korean place and it's a galbi soup they had. You ever have galbi soup? It's a beef short rib soup. Yes,
I have had it before, and I loved the broth. I hated the short rib.
What?
The reason why, short rib, the meat, great. Short rib, the bone gets in the way. I'm not a big fan of having to eat around bones.
Well, the bone's adding like flavor and stuff.
To the broth, absolutely. Yeah. Love it. Like, again, let me stress, love the broth. Right. Big fan of it. But it's the bone meat combo where you have to like around the bone. I never have liked it. A lot of time with short rib, the bone is like half the damn thing. I'm like, all right, okay.
Yeah, that's true. But man, that hit. Just they got the radish in there. You got it's like the egg,
sure.
The onions. Oh man, and then the kimchi on top of that. That was some good stuff. That gave me energy.
There is a soup I must stress. To everyone who is just Korean of any, like, if you know a Korean, I apologize in advance. There's something called like Yukgaejang,
that was the
something
most
like that.
Southern way of saying
Yukgaejang.
Yukgaejang.
Could be Yukgaejang. I don't know. Yukgaejang. I don't know how to. I don't remember. It's like a red, very spicy. It might be the spicy version of what you had, right. But it's like beef and like spicy peppers and stuff, and it's a thick red broth. That rocks. It is so good. That will spice you out and get you like, my nose is clean. Yeah.
The fact you said my nose is clean just made me think of like Mr. Clean, like wiping it down. He's up in there.
You see that man? He gets the job done.
Speaking of which,
yes.
This takes us into the next topic I want to bring up.
Oh, I'd love to know how this connects.
So I've been watching TV or whatever, right?
Or whatever, yeah.
Or whatever. QVC had this guy named Jimmy the Baker. Okay.
Hold on. I'm just going to Google Jimmy the Baker because I need to know what Jimmy the Baker looks like.
So he's a New York guy. He's got that like kind of balding old man vibe, but he's like short and he just likes bacon cake. Okay.
Love that for him.
So they're showing off these cakes, these crumb cakes. Okay. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, these are the greatest cakes. And he's like, I have my formula of making these cakes. Okay. We got like sour cream filling with like fruits and like strawberry and lemon. And then we got the cinnamon. It's like a cinnamon roll thing. And he's like breaking them apart. And he's like, some people don't understand how to make cake. I know how to make cake. And they're doing all this stuff. And I was like, I'm not going to lie. I want to try one of these cakes.
Yes. Okay.
So I really only wanted like 4 or something, but they were like, today's special value is like, it was like 12 cakes for $30. And I was like, this is,
I mean, you got to get the 12 cakes, dude.
That's too much money for cake. But you know what? This is the special value. Normally these 12 cakes, like $50.
Right.
So I got it. Okay. We got the crumb and the lemon, or the cinnamon crumb and the lemon.
Did they deliver to you? Do you have them?
They got here today.
Oh,
and
my God.
I got the cinnamon crumb cake, and that shit.
Are we going to get a live review right now?
I already ate it.
Oh, well. So you didn't really plan for this podcast.
No, I don't plan that
You could have eaten it live on air.
I could have. It was good. It's a good cake. Like, it's fresh. But it is so sweet. It is, which, like, I get. There's probably people, they're just like, oh, man, this is so. But, like, if I didn't have coffee with that, I feel like I would have went into a diabetic coma. I don't even have diabetes. Like, it is really sweet. Definitely the type of thing you split with somebody. Like, there's some hefty cakes, dude. I mean, they're good. Like, I get Jimmy. Like, I understand where he's coming from. He makes some good cakes, but man, they're rich. Let me tell you. So it's gonna take a while to get through all those. That's the problem with the sweets. They get you. You can just keep eating them, but you can't. That's the thing. Without the gallbladder, that limits me because I know. Eat too many of those, your digestive system is just gonna be like, dude, I ain't doing this. Mm-hmm. And then
yeah, I'm not like a big overall swan of like swan.
I'm not a big swan either.
I'm not a big swan. I was about to say fan of sweets, and I guess it came out swan. Not a big swan. That's sweet. That's a sweet fan, is what it is. I'm not a big swan. But there are certain things that I will go for, right? Like I'm not gonna buy a bunch of like chocolate bars and stuff like that's never gonna happen.
Right.
But you know, if I'm at like a coffee place and they got some good ass pastries, I'm just gonna get one just to get one. It's happening.
Yeah. No, that's kind of what I am. I'm there for the experience and just like
Sure.
a little. I like the more of the taste of it for a bit, and then I'm like, I'm good. It's like when I have a Coca-Cola, like the little sody pops. I'll drink half the little sody pop and be like, I'm good. Like I just wanted the taste.
Nah, see, I'm still fat, so I will drink the whole half a soda pop. I'm just thrilled I'm drinking half of one.
Wait, so you're
So you know how they have the smaller cans?
right?
I'll just drink a full one of those, which is like half a normal one.
Yeah, I do half the halves.
Right,
Half.
and that's why you're a physically fit human being, and I'm like,
yeah. Although, maybe not my immunity at this point.
yeah, maybe it's all that extra Coke that's keeping me going.
maybe I should be drinking the whole one.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Is you're not committing to the full Coke.
Yeah, I'll start doing that. So, other thing, we kind of related to food. We started watching Dungeon Meshi.
Ah, very cute show. Very fun.
And now we just finished it last night. So
the whole series?
Yeah. So I guess, I mean, we started watching it, but we started watching it a while ago. Now we finished it. And it was great. It's one of my favorite animes now.
I would think so. Watching that little dwarf make food and then like describe like, we're going to take the scorpion tail and put it is so Kren coded. It's very funny.
Yeah, it was very Kren coded. I love the food in there. I love the art style. It's got just enough action paired up with like slice of life.
Sure.
That is just perfect Crendor anime. So people are recommending it.
Yeah, part of me thinks it's a great example of what I imagine you and Toast are like.
Yeah.
Where she's just like, what is that? And you're like, by taking the butt end of this wyvern, we can create something delicious. She's like, I don't want to eat that. And you're like, come on, it'll be great.
It kind of
is reverse. Actually. It could be reverse, where you're like, I don't want to eat that. And she's like, come on. I don't know.
It's definitely the first. I'll eat anything. But,
there you go.
Or at least I'll taste everything. I don't know if I'll fully eat it. Hence, drinking half a Coke.
Sure.
But yeah, no, it's a really good show. I like that, which is funny because last year, I was saying at this exact time, I also had a cold. So I think it was just like cold month. And that's when we started watching Sailor Moon. So I think
that's right. And you hadn't gotten to the part where a little pink-haired girl pulls out a gun, which is my favorite part of any anime ever.
Yep. Now I have. I've seen that.
Now you have. You saw that, and it's crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
I'm just excited you're sticking to things that I know.
That's true. Now
I
we're getting on the same
either
page.
dated someone or drunkenly watched any of these shows. And I'm here for it.
That's fair enough. My God. Speaking of watching stuff, okay, I was browsing TikTok, and I got a Mount Everest TikTok.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Like it was from Mount Everest?
Someone like climbing Mount Everest that had like a GoPro or camera or some shit.
Gotcha.
And they're just like, I'm on the death zone. And I was like, what is this? And someone's like, people have died in the death zone. I'm like, no shit. So it's called the death zone. And so someone's like, you should really watch the Mount Everest documentary. And it's like a 45-minute documentary on YouTube. And I was like, well, I got to see this. So I click it, and it's like, I've learned so much about how insane Mount Everest is. Like, it starts as this man who climbed Mount Everest, like, in the 90s or some shit. And he's, like, mountain climber man. He loves mountain climbing. And he's like, the people have disgraced Mount Everest. It has become blasphemy.
I mean, if you look at it now, if you see live footage of it, it does seem a little. There's just trash everywhere. It's crazy looking.
Yeah, there's trash everywhere, like oxygen containers and everything. And I guess what's happened is it used to be like 50 people a year would climb it. Now it's like hundreds, and people pay money to go climb it. Like it's either mountain climbers that want to go climb it or rich people that are just like looking for more trophies to put on their shelf to be like,
yeah,
I did this.
a lot of them just pay locals or Sherpas to carry their shit up, and they're like, I don't need to really work for this, but you're still climbing a mountain, so they just die up there.
Yeah. So what I learned from watching this is there's one mountain climber dude who's like prime physical condition, like early 30s, like climbs mountains all the time. He's like, I'm gonna go climb this thing. Then there's these like this couple is like in their 50s, like these Indian mountain climber people, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna go mountain climb too. It's like that's what they want to do. And so they all start climbing, and it turns out there's different tiers of Sherpas. So you can pay like 20, 30,000 and you'll get Sherpas, but like they don't give a shit. If you pay like 60, 70,000, you get like the A team. So
I kind of want to know what the I don't give a shit Sherpa's like.
Well, this dude paid for those Sherpas, the like younger dude, and they were just like they literally abandoned him. They were like, yeah, you're too slow. And he's like, oh, okay. But
oh my god.
Yeah, so they're like, yeah, you're too slow. You're not going to keep up. So he had to like climb by himself. And but you also had like follow along with a party. Dude, this is the most insane shit. There's like 300 people all attached to one rope climbing Mount Everest. And it is like genuinely insane. That is the last thing I would ever want to do in my life. Like, dude, like 300 people all attached to a rope slowly climbing, and you're running out of oxygen, and you have to wait on somebody else because they're getting tired, and they're like holding up the entire line.
There is an insane video of a woman on, I don't know if it's her filming it or if she's just in the shot and you can hear her, but they're on the ascent. I think at the like almost the very end where you have to do like that wait in line to get to the top so everyone can have their photo moment kind of thing. And a dead body, someone just is dead, starts rolling down the mountain and like turning into almost a snowball. And this woman's freaking out like, he's dead, oh God, someone help him. And some other guy's like, that dude's dead. Like, what are you gonna do for him? And I kept thinking about that. Like, that's insane. That's just, you wait in line and people just fall over dead while waiting.
Yeah, and so the one dude like climbs up and his oxygen messes up, and he's like, he can see the top, and one of the Sherpas there is like, dude, you got to turn around or you're gonna die. And he's like, but I'm almost there. And he's like, I mean, you can get there, but like you'll die. And so,
damn,
because he's right, because like you still have to go all the way back down.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just gonna get worse the higher up you go. So he turned around and he lived. Meanwhile, the couple, like the husband makes it to the top, and he's like, "Can I get a picture?" And they're like, "No, like we're gonna get frostbite. You don't get one." He's like, oh, "Okay." And on his way back down, he sees his wife, and she's like struggling to stand, and then she just dies. And it was just like, what? And they're just like, yeah, like she just ran out of oxygen, and so that was that. And they're all because like people take too long to get to the top and everything. And then he's just like, yeah, she wanted to die in the mountains, so that's my like thing that makes me at peace or whatever.
That's the stupidest. You know what? Whatever gets you through, I guess. But like, that's stupid. She wanted to die on that mountain, so I guess it's okay. Like, no, it's not.
It's just, I don't know. It's insane to me. I'm just like, that is the last thing I would ever want to do, is climb a mountain with a bunch of other people.
Genuine question. Having not seen this documentary, and I don't know these people, do you think this was the kind of guy who, after his wife died, went back to the Sherpas and was like, my wife died, can I at least get a picture now?
I'd put it like a 25% chance, yes.
It feels weirdly different because it is somehow both commercialized and still inaccessible. And so people really want to do it because they think they can, even though even the most skilled climbers and like most athletic people in the world still die up there.
Right. And
so I don't know.
It's even worse because now you have to rely on other people. Like prior to this, it'd be like, oh, there's 50 people, like whatever. Now that there's hundreds of people and there's a backup, like it's like playing League of Legends. Like you have to hope your bot lane isn't gonna weigh you down or it's over.
I mean, I guess that's why they left the one guy. They're like, we're leaving you behind.
Exactly. It's just, it just sounds terrible. And then for me, I don't get it because this is the type of shit where either you're a mountain climber who wants to do it just because, and you're like, I've climbed it, or you're like trying to get some sort of trophy to be like, yeah, I've done this, but like, then what? Like they're just gonna want to go do something else. Like these are the people that are never gonna be happy with what they've accomplished. They're gonna be like, now I need to do something else crazy.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's how they eventually got to climbing the mountain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's how they got there, is they were like, well, we did all the other crazy things. That's how they end up going in subs down to the Titanic and exploding.
It's that type of shit.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with just like not doing anything?
Well, because when you're rich, your currency is experiences.
That's true, because you already got money.
Yeah, you don't have to work. You don't have to do anything. Your life is kind of so easygoing that the thing that matters to you the most is experiences. Because like when you get together with all your rich friends, what are you going to do? Be like, I bought another yacht. And they're like, well, so did I. Oh, we're so rich. Like, that's just not going to happen. You can only brag about that stuff so much. So instead, you're like, well, I went to the Titanic on a boat powered by an Xbox controller. Like that's what they talk about.
That's true. Thank God I'm not that rich.
I'm telling you, dude. In LA, there's times I've been at places with people and they've said some stuff from like, what? Like, who are you? How do you live your life?
Yeah, like being that rich actually does seem, granted, I'm not rich at all. I would take some level of rich, but not that rich. Rich enough to never have to worry about any type of bills.
I am fine being mega rich. I would love to be as rich as those people because it's great podcast content. I'd come in here and be like, Crendor. My accent, by the way, changed. Crendor, you'll never believe what I did this week. Why, I went to space, I did. Took me 6 hours, but now I'm back to run my Fortune 9,000 company. Yeah.
Wow, how was it?
So risque. You'll never believe it. I saw stars. There was an alien named Phil. Great guy. I couldn't believe it. He said, which I think translates to come back later and we'll get some canapes and a nice Chianti.
Damn, are you going to go back later?
I don't know. The next flight isn't for another few months, and it's going to cost me another $1 million. Why, I could spend that on anything. I'm sure there's one of the poors that need taken care of.
Yeah, true. Can I have $1 million?
Can you have $1 million? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, my good man. Earn it like the rest of us.
Yeah, but I'm one of the poors that needs to be taken care of, so can I have it?
Well, I meant that figuratively, not in a I give money sort of way, in more of a I propose others donate to a charity that I set up.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Right. And then I take that $1 million and then I go back to space.
You said you weren't going to go back to space, probably. Well, I guess you could.
I just didn't want to make you jealous. A 2-time spacer like myself and a no-time spacer like you, it's like we're totally different people.
I'm not jealous at all.
Actually, you'd be the one person who would never be.
That's true.
You'd be like, no, I'm all right. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound.
You could offer me like $100 million to go to space. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it.
Honestly, what would get you there? $1 billion.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't go to space for $1 billion?
No. I value
$5 billion.
I value the comfort and enjoyment of.
There will be a moment you break.
Things.
All right, here we go. $5 billion to you to toast to your everyone in your family also gets another $1 billion.
I don't care. I'm not doing it.
Damn! Wow. Well, I hope when they come for you.
This is, you could be like $800 trillion. Like, it's not going to happen.
Damn.
I mean, once you, even over like 10 million. Like we're getting to the point where it doesn't matter.
I guess you're right. I mean, 10 million, sadly, when you think about it, it not nearly as much as it used to be.
That's true, yeah. But
like in a grand scheme of living, it's a lot of money. But in the United States of America, I'm like, I can think of a way to blow that in a weekend. Actually, a day. Yeah.
I mean, there's YouTubers and stuff that are probably at that point where they're just like, guys, it's just really a struggle out here.
I can't even afford this $15 million mansion. It's rough.
Times are rough, dude. Oh my God, on YouTube, have you ever gotten those videos where it's like, it's some old random person, not even old, but just like some random person, and it's like, it took me 50 years to realize what I'll tell you in 15 minutes.
Why is it always the person like in the wilderness who's like, it took me, I saw a guy who was on a boat doing it once. He was like, I moved to some island and I live by myself, and let me tell you what I've learned from life. I'm like, please, old man, tell me.
The thing is, like, none of them say anything that really should shock you. It's just like the same stuff. It's like when people are like, I figured out the most insane way to get healthy that I'm going to share with you. And they're like, so I started exercising and I eat healthier. And it's like, oh, okay.
Good
No
tips.
shit. It's like the same thing. They're just like, I started valuing my friendships and family over money. And, you know, I quit my job as a super mega lawyer to open a bakery called Jimmy's Bakery where I make cakes because I love doing that. It's just that type of thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, now what? That's the problem. They don't tell you what to do. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, quit your job, go start a bakery? Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, stop worrying about money and not pay your water bill? You can't drink water?
I mean, that's the same thing as people being like, how do I do Twitch or how do I stream?
Right.
And people are like, here's the best advice. Stop everything you're doing and just start.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, but like, how do you live then?
Yeah, they don't tell you that. And they don't tell you that because they're fine. They're living all right.
Because they don't have that issue of, I have bills to pay. But if you're just starting, you're going to get like 2 viewers. That ain't going to pay nothing. So how do you start? And no one has that. Here's the thing. No one has that answer. There is no answer. When people say just do it, that's because, yeah, I mean, that's an answer, but it doesn't mean you'll be successful. It just means you have to do it in order to start down the path. But like,
exactly.
There is no, anyone who says, here's how you do it and then become successful is a complete liar. They are lying to you.
Yeah. And they're doing it to make money.
Yep.
That's why people make all these videos too, because they make money. I think that's what bothers me. It's just like it's like self-help books. The same shit. They're just like, here's what you do, and it's like the thing is, everybody's path is going to be different. So like somebody can tell you what to do, but that doesn't mean it's going to work. It's just what worked for them. Well, plus people figure out the best ways to do everything. It's like a game where the meta gets established. I mean, from working on my book and stuff and writing, you also learn how much writing has improved just from author. Like listening to Brandon Sanderson break down writing you realize how much of it is just how much that they know now compared to what they used to know. They'll be like, oh yeah, this author back in the day, or like authors back in the day, they did this, but like now we know that's bad. And like, this is what you do, and this is how you structure a story, and this is how characters should talk. It's like they know everything now. And so it's kind of that with YouTube as well. It's like, this is how you title, this is how you description, this is how you make your intro, this is how you do your outro, this is how you get people to click the end slate. Like it's all scientifically analyzed.
And then everything becomes the same though. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote down some stuff for you this week because I have seen some things, my man. I saw the future and it was scary. So maybe Monday, I'm driving to the office, and in LA, there have been a lot of Waymos, like a lot of them.
I don't know what that is.
Waymos are those self-driving cars.
Oh, I see.
And they are everywhere in the city now. They're all over the place. And I was reminded, a stark reminder, because I've been looking at them recently, like, maybe I'll take one and see what it's like. Alex the other day was like, I love the idea of Waymos. I'm going to drive them everywhere. Like, okay, dude. I was reminded that it's still tech in progress because I'm driving down a construction site, right? On the way to the office, there's a construction site for a hospital they're building. And as I drive past there every, weekday, there's a bunch of people who stand around with stop signs because at certain points, trucks go in and out of this construction site, so they have to stop traffic. Well, as I'm driving down the road, this is a major road. There's a Waymo next to me. And one of the construction guys who has a stop sign is kind of, that whatever the hand motion is where you would light a fire with a stick. You know what I'm talking about? Where you like rub your hands together. He's doing that with the pole that has the stop sign on it. So the stop sign is twirling in his hands. The Waymo detects a stop sign, then doesn't detect a stop sign. So I'm watching this car next to me, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. And the cars behind it are freaking out. This thing would not move. I end up driving past it, and the Waymo was just trying to figure out whether it should go or not. And the dude was just... I realized that's insane. It's kind of the guy's fault, but also the fact that the robotic car was like, it says stop, but then it doesn't. But it says stop, but then it doesn't. I have no idea what happened. I'd like to think eventually someone noticed.
Yeah.
But I just kept going because I was like, I'm not going to get in a crash. I'm no fool.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely terrible. That's why I will not trust the AI.
Yeah,
Especially
there's
not
been some.
driving.
If you want to look up some of the Waymo videos, there's some times where it just stops in the middle of a road because like there's some thing it detected and was like, "That's can't drive anymore."
Yeah, that sounds absolutely terrible, and especially just knowing other people driving around you are also bad at driving, and then shit like that's happening. That sounds terrible,
dude. Yeah. I was very weirded out by it, but also part of me is kind of like, again, this goes back to my sex bot conversation. I'll wait till the second generation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll wait till Gen 2. Same thing with the Waymos. I'll wait till they get it down. Instead of Waymo, they got a real name for it, like Robo-Car, Car of the Future. I'll wait for it.
What do you think would be wrong with Sexbot 1?
Oh, my God. Who knows, dude? All sorts of things that would be terrible. I'm sure there will be freak accidents that we can't even imagine.
Just locks on, won't let you go.
I mean, like, that's the least of what I'm thinking.
All right.
Like, I'm sure there'll be all sorts of weird sexual things that happen, but I'm just talking about in general. Who knows what the hell those things could do? No, I'll wait till second generation. I don't want to be an early adopter of that kind of tech. It's the same thing with it's the Apple Watch problem for me. Everyone is like, oh, you got to get an Apple Watch. It's so good, so good. I'm like, yeah, but then they'll just make a new version, and then I'll have the old version, and mine will be obsolete. And they're like, no, it's not that way. I'm like, I'd feel that way, though, which is why I won't buy one.
I mean, I like the old AirPods more than the new AirPods.
Big same. Big.
Yeah.
In fact, I like the wired headphones more.
Interesting. Why?
I just like the fact that if they fall out, I won't lose them.
Ah, I see.
They're connected and everything's fine. Honestly, those videos where a dude walks up to someone and cuts the wired one is like, here, I bought you free AirPods. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, I don't want them. I wanted the ones that I had. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
It's a good thing all those are staged. Otherwise.
Yeah, that's technically like assault, isn't it? Like someone invading your space and ruining your
I would imagine
product.
if you really wanted to press charges, you could, which is why they're definitely all fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what's not fake?
Eating well with HelloFresh. HelloFresh will get you farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. If you're tired of figuring out what's for dinner, especially on busy weekdays, get dinner done the easy way thanks to HelloFresh. In fact, this past week, got 3 meals sent to me. Everything from a veggie mushroom pasta. There was a beef and green beans stir fry over rice. Oh, it was exactly what I was looking for. Very, very good. With 50 wholesome, hassle-free meals to choose from each week, delivered right to your door. They've got so many options now. You can get prep and bake meals that will come to you that require only 5 minutes of prep, and then just bam, you put it in and you wait for it to do its magic in your oven. You got 15-minute meals, that 3 simple steps, and then you can just make your meal. They even have ready-made meals to go from fridge to fork, 3 minutes. The next one on my list, waiting for me right now, is caramelized onion Swiss burgers with roasted garlic, horseradish, aioli, and potato wedges. I am here for the horseradish. I love horseradish. And the best part is, you don't need to caramelize the onions, right? If that's not your thing, you don't like caramelized onions, you can make them some other way. You can dice them up really fine and do it kind of like you're eating at In-N-Out or whatever. You're making it, so you can take it to the level you want it to be at, or exclude the things you don't like. If you're not a big horseradish person, then don't get it. You can still get the sandwich, still get the fries, live your life. So right now, get 10 free meals and a free high-protein item for life at HelloFresh.com/Cox10FM. That's COX10FM. 1 item per box with active subscription. Free meals applied at discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's up to 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/Cox10FM. HelloFresh, it's America's #1 meal kit. Also, today we're brought to you by Raycon. Everyone says their 2025 is going to be different, for better or worse. The world will change whether we want it to or not, so, whether you have a big resolution, or you're just trying to do something small, or you just said, screw it, no resolutions at all, maybe you could just try doing something nice for your mom. Maybe give her a call, or go to the gym, do something for yourself, or maybe you could just go for a long walk. And all those things are very doable and much nicer if you bring your Raycon Everyday Earbuds. Raycon's Everyday Earbuds are the perfect gym buddy, coworker, or phone call companion, offering premium audio wherever you go. The latest model is better than ever with 32 hours of battery life and multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at the same time. These earbuds come with active noise cancellation, which at this price point is pretty incredible, considering they start at half the price of other premium audio brands. Raycon's Everyday Earbuds come in a wide variety of colors. I'm particularly into the purple ones for some reason. I don't know why I like the purple ones. I just do. Maybe it's because I'm so regal. I wear them around when I'm just, walking, doing my thing. And they have a feature that allows me to do that. I can hear the music very clearly while actively paying attention to what's going around me. That's a big plus for me. And so, yeah, I think we can say 2025 isn't guaranteed to be easy for any of us, but with Raycon's return policy, at least that is, they offer a 30-day happiness guarantee, no questions asked. So if you want to try it, get 15% off site-wide at buyraycon.com/Cox, C-O-X. That's 15% off at buyraycon.com/Cox, buyraycon.com/Cox. All right, let's go to traffic. Let's go to Crendor. How's that traffic out there?
Traffic today is, let's see, looking down there, it's backed up on Mount Everest, so don't go there. And it looks like it's also crowded where the Super Bowl's happening, Super Bowl Sunday, or the big game, as they say, to avoid copyright stuff. But we're not doing that. So check out for, or watch out for that, and, don't cough on people. Back to you.
Honestly, part of me was thinking, wouldn't it be fun to go to like a bar or something tomorrow and watch the game for the first time in a while, not caring about who wins because I just don't care.
Right.
And, just hanging out. And then now you got me thinking about everyone just being sick and like, never mind.
Yep. And then being loud and being screaming.
I'm here for the loud and the screaming, getting like chicken wings and drinking a beer and watching like, and people being like, this commercial sucks. And be like, okay. Right. You're talking to some old man who just wants to talk to you for some reason. I'm here for that. But I also am like, never mind. I don't want to get sick. That's
what I'm saying. When they're loud and yelling, the spit droplets are going all over, and that's just floating in the air.
You're not wrong. Yeah, that's. Yeah. I mean, I assume that's what happened to you at the Sonic concert. All those spit 100%. Droplets.
Dude, you could feel the spit droplets from the Sonic fans.
They were very excited about Sonic rock music.
Yeah, that was that was an experience for more More reasons than one.
Honestly, I kind of wish I would have seen it.
You probably got COVID.
I went to the Final Fantasy concert, and it was great. There was one song that got a bunch of girls in the row in front of us crying, which was great. It was perfect.
Did anybody stand up and start singing along?
No.
All right, well, that's not a Sonic concert then.
All right, I see.
I would have much preferred an orchestra type of thing where everyone stays seated, nobody sang along. That was it. That's the traffic.
All right, let's go to weather.
Weather. Here we go. Weather request. Veszprém, Hungary. There was no weather report from Hungary. Time to change that.
Hell yeah.
Also called City of Queens, one of the oldest cities in Hungary, has interesting restaurants such as Frixa Paprikuta and Johnny's Bistro.
One of those sounded interesting. The other one was just Johnny's Bistro.
Yeah. Currently 34 degrees, 7:02 a.m. sunrise, 5:03 p.m. sunset. Feeling like 30, high of 34. Humidity 63%, pressure 30.5, visibility 8 miles, wind 4 miles an hour, dew point 22, UV index 0, and a waxing gibbous moon. Then day, we've got 40, mostly cloudy. On Sunday, Monday, 40, mostly cloudy. Tuesday, 40, partly cloudy. Wednesday, 34, mostly cloudy. Thursday, 35 a.m., snow showers. Friday, 37, rain, snow. Saturday, 37, snow showers. And Sunday, partly cloudy, 36 degrees. I didn't realize it was, it'd be snowing there.
Yeah, I mean, where is it? This is, all right, you know what, maps, we're going all the way out. Longitudinally, it's literally almost Chicago on the line.
I guess that does make sense then.
Yeah.
I thought it was more south than it is.
Nope, looking at it right now, it's definitely more Chicago-ish.
Yeah, let's see what they got. They got Burger King.
They do. What's so funny is that's the first thing to pop up.
That is funny. Yeah. Although it looks like a pretty nice Burger King.
Oh boy, now you're making me check out the Hungarian Burger King. There's no such thing as a nice burger. You know what? I looked at one burger and immediately was like, yeah, I'm right. There's no such thing as a nice Burger King.
I mean, the inside
burger
is
looks
nice. The burger is not.
I mean, it's clean, that's for sure, but like that burger looks like you know what? I've never seen another burger overseas look so insanely American.
Yeah.
That burger looks like they cooked it here in the States. And it looks all of them. These people keep like doing photos of them opening up the burger to look inside, and everyone on the inside looks emaciated and just like Burger King. Ugh.
Man, that's Burger King.
Yeah, not a fan. Garbage.
Frixa looks good though.
Is that the other? Yeah, that place.
Yeah, Frixa looks
Frixa.
good.
Honestly, I like the just the vibe of the outside's very nice.
Yeah, it is. It's got that that like old town vibe to it.
Yes.
All
There's a place
stones.
called Metis Kisvendeglo. Oh boy.
Chris
That's not it. But the outside, it looks like a very quaint kind of like welcome to grandma's house. But all the food looks super delicious, but also very Hungarian.
Oh yeah.
There's dishes on here that I'm like, I don't know where I'd get that anywhere else but Hungary.
And yeah, I don't see Johnny's. Maybe if I
I
zoom
don't see
in.
Johnny's anywhere. I'm looking for Johnny's. I hope Johnny's is like, hold on. How do you think it's spelled? John?
Yeah. Oh wait, I found it.
Johnny's Bistro.
Yeah, there it is.
Yo, Johnny's. That first image is a beautiful looking burger.
Oh,
now
yeah.
that's IF with that.
Yeah, Johnny's looking good.
Johnny's looks great. Also, Johnny's is definitely the American place. They have
Oh,
a
yeah.
milkshake that looks like it. Someone was like, "What would Americans put on?" Oh, well, first off, chocolate ice cream, and then we're gonna put in a lot of hot fudge, and then we're gonna put another scoop of ice cream, and then we're gonna put on a bunch of whipped cream, and then, according to this, what I'm looking at, sprinkles, a chocolate bar, and an ice cream cone.
Oh yeah, I see. That's insane. That is
I mean,
America.
Yeah, I'm looking at all sorts of them. This is definitely They're like, welcome to America.
They got the
Although,
stack
again,
of pancakes.
Yeah, the burgers look good. The salad's hilarious because it literally is just lettuce covered with like 8 strips of chicken.
Yep, that's
Whoever owns this place must have either lived in or spent a lot of time in the Midwest. This has strong Ohio vibes.
yeah, this is very Midwestern.
Honestly, I'm looking at these. There's one burger that's like surf and turf and a shrimp on it. I'd eat the hell out of that. They're also real burger patties because some of the images of the burgers, they're like taller than they are wider. You know how like burger patty will plump up rather than like, yeah, I'm here for this. Johnny's looks good. Oh my God. They have the French fries that used to be at Buffalo Wild Wings before it got crap.
Oh yeah, I remember
The potato
those.
wedges things or the slices, whatever they were called.
Yeah, the wedges.
I loved those. Oh man.
I'd always
Yo,
get
this-
them with the rub. You get the wedges with the rub on them.
Hell yeah. I get it with hot sauce on the side.
Oh,
I
that's
dip
pretty
them in the
good,
hot
too.
sauce. Yeah. Damn.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, you sold me on Johnny's. I was like, Johnny's is going to be that cool. I love Johnny's. The menu strong. The menu is big, like Hawaiian surfs up vibes. In fact, I think it's the whole theme of the restaurant.
Yeah, I think so. Oh my God, there's Brando Burger.
This is so funny. The burgers they have is the Blue Apple, you know, the famous Blue Apple,
Of course.
American City. They have the West Coast Burger, which I cannot read what that is. That is not English. So,
Yep.
although funnily enough, I think I could make out most of this. Like cheddar is still cheddar, no matter where you go in the world. Apparently,
Yep.
love that. Is in. Oh man, is sauce? I guess that's supposed to be sauce. Boy, I don't know.
Sauce.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they got some good burger places outside of Burger King.
Also, the town itself just looks beautiful. It looks like a gorgeous town.
Yeah, it does.
But I guess it's because it's old and it's got like, you know, history to it.
Yeah, like most medieval European
Yeah.
towns.
This place, when you actually look at the town, it looks like it would be a medieval town. There's one big road around it, and then a bunch of like it's like a little circular city almost, and then nothing but farmland around it for a while.
Yeah, they got like it's like this was formed by King Gustav II in the 1500s, and now his generations work at his pizza establishment or something.
Here's the question for our listener who suggested this. It's very close to, how would you pronounce this word, listener? Budapest or Budapest? Let us know. I would love to know the real pronunciation from a real person who lives there. Not Marvel's The Avengers.
I feel like Budapest is probably gonna be right just because it's how everybody doesn't say it.
I don't know. I have no clue. Also, what's the deal? You're kind of directly between Budapest and Vienna. And I would love to know, is that like can you like do a whole thing? Europe seems like it'd be cool just to be like, F it, dude, we're going to Vienna today. You know, like we're going, like screw it. Let's go to Austria. Or is there big border controls? Like, what's the vibe?
Yeah, I don't know. It's here's the thing. You know what? For $10 million, I'd go here.
Yeah. See, now we're talking.
Yeah, I'd go here. So there you go.
It's not
only
space,
if I
but
go
it's
to
far enough away.
Johnny's, though.
Oh yeah, no, dude, we got to do it. We'd do a whole video. We'd be like, Americans coming to Johnny's.
Yeah.
Although sadly, they probably, I'd be embarrassed. I got to be real. There's probably some like waiter or waitress who's like, "Oh, you're American, eh?" And I'd be like, "Oh boy, here we go."
That's what they'd say. You're American, eh?
Yeah,
Like they're
they're
from Canada.
they're like, "Well, I'm from Canada. I just live in Hungary." Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's the weather.
All right, let's go to sports.
Sports. Big sports news. We got Super Bowl tomorrow with teams that I don't care about.
Most of the
Yippee.
country doesn't either.
The Mavericks traded Luka Doncic in one of the craziest trades anyone's ever seen. Still insane. So now he's on the Lakers. Then, looking at the standings, we have Cavaliers in first in the East, and we got the Thunder first in the West. You got Grizzlies, Nuggets, Rockets, Lakers behind them, and then the East, Celtics, Knicks, Pacers, Bucks, Pistons. In the NHL, we got the Panthers and the Maple Leafs in first in the East. Atlantic, then you got the Capitals and the Hurricanes and the Devils in the Metropolitan East. Central West, you got the Jets and the Stars and the Wild and the Avalanche. And then you've got the Oilers, Knights, Kings, and Canucks in the Pacific West. And spring training baseball starting in a couple of weeks. Uh-oh. Baseball. And that's sports.
Uh-oh, baseball. And that's sports.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. All right. What is our fact of the day?
Fact of the day. In late 2007, Netflix got very close to releasing their own streaming device called the Netflix Player. However, the Netflix CEO realized that if he put out his own streaming device, he'd likely lose out on Netflix being available on other devices, like Apple TV, because he would be a direct competitor. With just a few weeks before the product was set to launch, he canceled it. However, he decided to spin off the product to Roku, which was the company that had helped develop this device. So the Roku is actually going to pretty much be the Netflix Player.
What year was this? 2007?
2008. They developed 2007 and then released 2008.
Honestly, it feels kind of like they definitely, at least at that time, nailed it. Like, it was a very smart decision, especially considering they were coming off of the fact that they literally I don't know if people remember this. They literally just gave you Blu-rays and DVDs.
Yes.
Like, their business model originally was, hey, we will send you movies, which is insane when you think about it.
Yeah.
So the fact that they were like, hey, we're going to start doing streaming things makes a lot of sense. But, yeah, I can understand, because a lot of business guys are like, well, it has to be our thing because we want it to be ours, so we own all of it. When really, they're right. The smart money is putting their platform everywhere. The problem is, after that, they stop being smart with their money.
Yes. That's very true.
They literally just start throwing money away, and then we're like, what do you mean? Yeah.
So that's your fact of the day.
All right. Has anyone come to us with tears in their eyes?
Dear illustrious sirs, tears in my eyes, I ask you this question. If you guys were Sonic characters, what kind of animals would you be?
Ooh. Sonic characters are never it's like a hedgehog or an echidna, right? It's never anything you would think. Platypus.
Why?
Just because I'd be the one Sonic character that swims really well. But I'm not a fish because I have to be on land.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Ooh, or beaver.
Beaver'd be another good one.
I like beaver. That could be fun. Like he's got big old cheeks. And his whole thing is that he spits wood at people.
Just spitting wood.
Like he eats, like he can, like, you know, he can kind of eat some of the level and then spit it at people. I have no clue. What would you be?
Let's see. I would be I'm trying to think of animals be like that. I feel like I'd be an armadillo.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, just have a big ass shell. Roll around, because like you'd still roll around, right?
Sure.
But you'd be like a tank. Or
I like it.
Or maybe an anteater.
Ooh, that's also a good one. Yeah, see, these are good. These are very good.
They like suck up ants and spit them out, but then maybe the ants are also used as like bullets.
I mean, that's roughly what I was thinking of with the beaver, except yours is significantly better. Like, because you can do it anywhere on the map, where you just stick your nose in the ground and you do a little animation that's like, boo! it's like you suck it in like Kirby, and then he just starts shooting ants at dudes. The problem is I feel for the ants now. Those ants were living their lives, and now they're bullets.
Nah, dude, they're strong enough. They'd live. They'll be fine.
Well, I'm speaking for the ants here when I say they'll be fine. They'll live.
Yeah, they'll be fine. And then the other Dear Illustrious Sir we got. Dear Illustrious Sirs, with tears in my eyes, I beseech thee, grace us with a Skyrim playthrough update, Jesse.
It's coming. I'm in the process of creating 3 games at the moment, and it's just taking up a lot of time.
There it is.
But trust me, it is a thing that will happen. But yeah, I got an FMV game I'm working on. I've got a point-and-click horror game I'm working on. And I've got a demo for another thing I'm working on. And it's just taking up time. Plus doing a new show coming this Monday. Plus doing this show. Plus Chilluminati. Plus Geekenders. Plus streaming. Plus making videos. So I'm working on it over here.
He's working on it. Dovahkiin.
Fusrodal.
Yep.
Honestly, part of me also wants to check out Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because the thing is I played the first one and I did not like the combat at all, so I'm really hesitant about the new one.
Right.
And so I'll check it out, but I may absolutely hate it. I don't know. But part of me wants to be like a piece of shit in medieval times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to go around the medieval world and just like be the Hound from Game of Thrones. Just like an ornery bastard who just treats people poorly. That's what I want to do.
By the way, how have you like Civ 7? Because I played like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I played 2-ish hours. I was gonna play some more, but I just didn't get time. I am still really confused on a lot of things.
Yeah. I think the UI is kind of bare bones.
It's weird. Yeah, there's a lot of things where I'm like, hold on, this. I guess again, I played Civ 6 for so long that all the changes they made from Civ 5 I don't notice anymore. But this, because I played Civ 6 literally a week ago with you, getting into this, I'm like, what? How does this work? And what does this do? And so there's a lot of things they changed. There's some things I really enjoy. I actually kind of like how there's little micro missions and things to do where they're like, your people need another wonder. I'm like, I'll do that for them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they really highlight things that I don't like from Civ. So a great example is in the past, there have been leaders, right? Like different generals or whatever. And you can get like commanders. And in this one, I was playing as Rome. And they were like, hey, get a legionnaire. And I was like, okay, sure. And on the surface of it, you put all your, or whatever, it was legatus. You can put all your legions in the legatus. And then you can send the legatus to go fight. And I was like, okay, cool. So I put all these different units in this legatus, formed this giant army, sent it down to go fight. When I got there, I was like, so I can use my legatus to fight? They're like, no. Everyone has to leave him, then they can fight. I was like, so all he is really just a glorified troop transport. And like, oh, he has bonuses and buffs and he can level. I'm like, yeah, but he's an expensive glorified troop transport. He can't attack. There's no point. I was like, why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just amass my armies and send them to attack? And they're like, well, you need that. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm playing on normal mode. Like, the buff ain't gonna help me. I already have 15 units. This guy has 2. I feel like I'm gonna win. And then we're just like, no, but that's how you do it. I was like, yeah, I don't think I will. I don't think I'll do it. Even though the game wants me to do it, and even though you want me to do it, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I think this is stupid. And I always have, and it just really highlighted again that this, like, it's a mechanic where it's like, yeah, but like, if you do that though, you get bonuses. Yeah, but if I don't do that, I save 3 turns.
Yeah, I think it's their way of trying to clean up the map. So it's not just like a bunch of units all walking around by themselves. Now they can all like travel with the general.
But then if that's the case, put them all as one big giant army.
That's what I thought it was going to be, because I haven't even like used it yet. I got my general guy, but I've been fighting off the stupid barbarian city states that just keep attacking you, and I'm like, dude, stop.
Ooh,
they like
I
send
will
so
say
much.
About that, I did have a problem where one of those city states that kept coming from me for me, but when I finally set my armies and conquered them, when you take it over, you have 2 options this time. One, burn it to the ground like you always could, or two, conquer them and then force them to send their armies to attack someone else.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
That was cool. I was like, go on. So you can literally just send barbarian units to wage war on someone else so you don't have to.
I do like that. That is another like element of strategy added in.
Yeah, there's definitely some really cool stuff in there, but there's also some things where I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's. I also feel like the the tech tree feels a little more streamlined, at least early on. Like it didn't feel like there was a ton of choices. I was like, I guess I'm doing this. I guess I'm doing this. Like it just felt like there wasn't enough, which I feel like that ends up being a lot of vanilla Civ when it just comes out.
Right, exactly. I understand the complaint, though, about being, hey, where's all that stuff on launch? But it's kind of the MO for Civ. They've done it for years, and I feel like at this point, you're either going to tolerate it or not. And it's kind of the way it is. It sucks, but yeah, that's the way it is. It will be there, though.
Yeah. It's every Civ game.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing that's interesting about this one is that, when I do a start, I always try to get my second city as soon as possible. But with this one, you don't start with a settler right away. You have to unlock them, I think. I have to play it again. I don't remember. Because I remember thinking, I got to build a settler and make this happen. But then I just couldn't. And then suddenly I could after I researched a bunch of stuff.
Probably depends who you are. I played Confucius, and I think I got one decently fast. Maybe it just depends.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, we were still, like, 3000 BC or whatever, so it wasn't too terrible. But in my mind, I was thinking, okay, what would I do now? And then they don't immediately form a town, they form a settlement. I was like, well, how do I form a town then? There's a lot of new mechanics that I just, in 2 hours, did not learn. So I have to go back. I'll go back this week and play more and try to learn stuff. But, yeah, I was a little overwhelmed, and I was just kind of going through the motions of, like, okay, what do I recognize? What do I not? Let's see where we can go from here.
I did like that. I like the graphics.
Yeah, they look beautiful.
Yeah, and I like that there's no workers anymore.
Love that. Yep.
Which some people don't like that, but I like that. I don't know.
Oh, it's such a, it was always you felt like you were wasting valuable turns and resources just building workers, because then they would just disappear. You build them, they do 3 turns or 4 turns or whatever, and then vanish.
Yeah, or they get stolen.
Yes, by barbarians. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I like that, and I like you can like transfer your resources around to different cities. I don't know if you did that, but that was pretty cool.
I did. Yeah. The problem was my area was filled with jade and silk, so I just was sending jade and silk back and forth between cities. Like that's all I had. I was like, okay, cool.
But yeah, we'll play soon.
Hell yeah, I think that'd be super fun.
Yeah, I do call Confucius though.
That's fine. I'm gonna look. Franklin was great. Ben Franklin was hilarious to play as.
Yeah.
When he meets people, they're all just like yelling at him, and he just stomps his stick into the ground and goes, meh. He doesn't even talk to them. He goes, meh. Love it.
Classic Ben Franklin.
Everyone knows that's how Ben rolled. Yeah.
I just know Confucius is science man. I was like, give me the science. He's just like talking to everybody, just like, oh, hello. And then there's like, it's you, Confucius. What do you want?
Confucius.
But then it's like, I've joined forces with the Romans. Just like, what the shit? All right.
Honestly, my favorite animated character right now is Machiavelli, because that dude, it's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
they gave him like an evil, that like shit eyebrow. That like, it's incredible. I want to play as him because he just looks like he's like, I'm up to something. Yeah, very excited for that.
Yeah. So, that's the Civ.
All right, what is our big news story of the day?
Big news story of the day. Welsh woman pleads guilty to sending fart videos to boyfriend's ex.
I have so many questions because it's not ex sends video to like her former boyfriend's new girlfriend. It is current girlfriend rubbing it into ex-girlfriend about farts. Like, I don't even know where that, like, there's a level there that I can't even get on.
There is, and I don't know either. A woman in Wales has pleaded guilty to wreaking havoc on her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend by sending cyber farts.
What is that? What do cyber farts mean? That's a whole other thing.
Rhiannon Evans, 25, was recently fined and given a restraining order after she admitted harassing her boyfriend's ex by sending her a series of farting videos. Evans sent at least 8 videos to Deborah Pryturch, where she can be seen laughing while placing a camera on her bottom, then passing gas directly into the lens. Quote, "It was purely malicious. She was smirking throughout, found it hilarious, but the victim didn't." Prosecutor Diane Williams told the court about gas attacks.
Gas attacks are no laughing matter, okay?
That's true.
Farting is not funny and never will be.
Oh, God, I'm dying. Williams said that when Evans was arrested at her home, she admitted to sending the videos, claimed it was because she felt her partner was being treated unfairly. Evans' defense attorney told the court that there have been some issues between Prtek and Evans' boyfriend over child contact.
That's what it
visitation.
is. That'll do it.
At the time she sent these videos, she had some drinks and she sent them. Understanding now, this caused the victim some distress. She sent them without malicious intent. I don't know about that. Prtek said in a victim statement to the court, she would like to feel safe in my home. Evans' fart videos may have helped her vent her emotions. They hurt her bank account. She was fined $373, including $124 in compensation to Prtek. The court ordered Evans to attend 15 rehab sessions, abstain from drinking for 2 months, and avoid contacting Prtek for 2 years.
All right, so the drinking explains a lot. I was going to be like, okay, what was the thought you think of farting direct, not into this other woman's phone,
Right.
your own phone?
Yeah.
Like, that's just, you're just asking for pink eye at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, alcohol checks out. Okay.
Yeah,
But then the idea of I'm going to punish the ex because the boyfriend isn't getting to see his kid, so I'm going to send me farting repeatedly. I'm just so curious about, like, the fact that it's on the books now. There has to be some sort of like anti-fart law.
There has to be.
Like, you can't be farting at people. You just can't do it. But, in a Welsh accent.
I just like how she's like, she's farting into the camera. Like, you just hear it. Like, is there...
According to her, I'm imagining it's a video, and you see her butt approach the camera, and then she just rips, and then she sends it to her, I guess. That's crazy.
That is crazy. I like how she said, I want to feel safe in my own home. But it's like, she's just sending fart videos. Like, I don't want to see them. But
yeah, it's not like too crazy, but I mean, it is
she
harassment.
came over to her house to like fart on the window or something. Like, geez. But yeah, it's, you still don't want that.
I mean, look, I get it. It's harassment, but it's funny.
It is.
I don't care what anyone says. That's funny.
Yeah. So there you go. That's your big news story.
All right. Well, that's it for us. Thanks so much for listening and watching. I'm enjoying this podcast. Crendor, hit him with the socials.
Socials, youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. Do your weather requests. Do your Dear Illustrious Sirs. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell there. That's where these go up on YouTube. Also, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. We're listenable on those. Also, youtube.com, Cox and Crendor. That's where the animations are. Also, we got our own things. YouTube, Jesse Cox watches the Learn Stuff series. Also, YouTube Crendor, watch my pointless top 10s. I just did top 10 more things you didn't know existed in WoW, or I forgot what I called it, something like that. Also, Twitch TV Jesse Cox, Twitch TV Crendor. We'll be playing Civ this week. Come watch that.
Come watch that.
Twitter Blue Sky Jesse Cox, Twitter Blue Sky Crendor, Instagram Notorious Cox, Instagram Crendor's taken. TikTok, Just Cox, TikTok, Crendor.
Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock.
TikTok. Patreon, Just Cox, Patreon, Crendor. And other stuff.
And other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks so much for listening. See you all next time. And as always,
Shake the rhino.
to be continued.